To live, to love, to learn, to leave a legacy. The good news is that the network industry keeps getting better and better. Professionals in the industry are demanding more from themselves and from the companies they work with. To live, to love, to learn, to leave a legacy. Those life activities, according to Stephen Covey, are the 4 basic needs and motivations of every human being, of every one of us. When we live a life that addresses all 4, we are empowered. We have boundless energy. We are fulfilled. We live a great light. More often than not, however, our lives end up differently. We get caught up in the thick of small things. Yes, we are alive, but only barely it seems, as we go to work, pay the bills, care for our families, and eke out an existence. Hardly a great life, yet almost all of us have been there. I remember worrying about that when I was about 17 years old. I was thinking about college and what I would do with my life, where I might like to go with it, when a very sobering thought occurred to me. I'll never forget that moment. I looked forward in time to that day I would be lying in bed with only hours remaining of my life. What if, I thought, in that final hour, I looked back over my entire life and, with no time left to change anything, realized that I had missed the point of it all? I have never forgotten that frightening possibility. By contrast, it seemed VK my father had it all figured out. At age 10, he knew he wanted to be an attorney. He studied hard, put himself through college, and graduated well from the USC Law School. For his whole life, he loved his profession. It held great meaning for him. It allowed him to live comfortably, to work with love and passion, to constantly be learning, and I think when it was all over, he felt he had made a difference, that he had left a legacy. He found a profession and with it, he found the vehicle that would give him his voice in the world. And, to my recollection, he never lost a case. I was not so fortunate. I did go to a great university for a couple of years anyway. But I didn't find my direction there. When I went to work, I quickly came to the conclusion that an hourly wage, even a good one, wasn't very fulfilling either. I started several businesses. Each one gave me a chance to learn and do new things. That was fulfilling, at least for a while. It wasn't until February 1997 that I found the profession that would allow me, in fullest measure, to live, love, learn, and leave a legacy. It was at the first network convention I ever attended. I particularly remember the personal story of one of the leaders that spoke that day. Rick Peterson recalled how he had reached the end of his financial rope. He and his wife had evidently made some bad decisions. There was no income coming in, don't remember why, and they were thinking they had to sell their second car in order to buy food. The problem is, they had already sold their first car and were living in the second one. That's when Rick found this particular network opportunity. Somehow, he dug deep for the courage and conviction. He drew a line in the sand and started a new life. By the time I heard him tell his story, only a few short years later, he was earning a serious 6-figure annual income, had built his dream house, and was living not only a new life, but a great light. His tears of gratitude on stage that day touched many hearts. I began to appreciate how incredibly valuable an opportunity can be, at least for those who willfully and courageously embrace it. His story changed my life. What I saw, and many others have seen since, was a vehicle where I could earn a great living. The upside potential was, in fact, unlimited. What could I do if money were no object? I saw a profession where I would learn and grow constantly. I found a place where I would be surrounded with positive people, people who don't see problems, only challenges to meet and conquer, people with whom I could form relationships that could last the rest of my life. And, most importantly, I found a place where I could make a real difference to others, to help people change their lives and find new hope and new direction. Finally, for the first time, at age 42, I knew the profession that I wanted to embrace. It was network marketing. The good news is that the industry keeps getting better. Professionals in the industry are demanding more from themselves and from the companies they work with. This has become my mission, to set, teach, and model the highest standards so that the reputation of network marketing will be what it truly deserves to be, a noble profession. This noble profession of network marketing has allowed me to live more abundantly than I ever could have otherwise, to have more options, more choices and more freedom. To love more fully and express that in ever-widening circles. To learn about myself and others, about what is really possible to do in life, and how powerful our minds and belief systems are. And most fulfilling, through network marketing I have found a way to leave a legacy.